BD5 pilot with you out on a Sunday morning at the Hillsboro hangar, and figured I better shoot a video before I get too far ahead of myself. So I actually was too impatient last night. I went ahead and did the pinning and finishing up that plug for the vertical power PPS to plug in, and so that part is done. And what I've been working on now, I'm holding in my hand. I think I'm going to have to lay it out here so you can see it. So that right there is the connection line that's going to pass through the wing, so I can connect that left wing. So I have my handy little weasel there through the spar. I have these all tagged so I know which wire they go to. I found the paper that had the coding to it. So yeah, we're about to tape this up and then just pull that ground wire back around so that can be the one that tugs it through and just make it smooth. And then we're just going to tug this through, and then we're ready to go to work splicing those, basically pigtailing those into the rest of the wiring harness. And then, wow, this is going to be so close to done. And voila, that was actually easier than I expected. I actually pushed it through from the other side, and possibly having this connected helped get it around. There's a couple obstacles in there where some bolts pass through that wires just tend to get stuck on, but that's all ready. Now the most complicated part of this is the pigtail that puts the ground together, since I ran an 18 gauge out, and then I'm splitting that up to go to the different places the ground has to go. Well, that's a mess of pigtails, but I do like those little heat shrink crimp on joiners that I got for these wires. I did have to do some solder work for the nastiest pigtail I've ever done to get all these grounds taken care of. And you can see I've got the GMU11, the magnetometer. I've got that little 9-pin D-sub fitting already put together. Now it's putting these other ones together, and actually for this, so I can tell what I'm doing, because I want to put a little snakeskin, I want to protect it a little bit more. Printed up a whole bunch more of these little heat shrink labels, so I'm going to attach those so I've got them closer to the pin to see where they are. And we're about to put that 9-pin connector, the round one, together on the wing. So there's my cool thing completed. My little insert with the 9-pin connector, round one, that's for the wing lights. The circular one above it is for the angle of attack indicator on the wing. That's one of the mods that they do to the RV12. And then the other normal 9-pin D-sub type connector is the Garmin type. That's going to hook up the GMU11. That wire hanging out is an extra ground, because I ended up needing some extra ground on there. But this was a bear to do. I'm glad that's done. And the wing connector on the other side, more than enough room to hook it up so the lights work on the other side. No, I'm not going to put the wings on today. I did finish the little insert tube. That goes in, and then the little barbed end just keeps it in place. So I've got this ready to go to work on pinning out those little final Garmin subshells for the those back shells for the autopilot, and I might do that right now. So the last bit I got done today deals with the back shells for the autopilot. The pitch autopilot had to have a little 2 pins just basically grounded out so that the system recognizes it. And on the other side I've got, I also got the beacon. Beacon is wired in. Let's walk around. And right there, I'm a little concerned. I had to cut that particular back shell down because there wasn't sufficient space the way I had mounted it. Didn't realize it came back that far. I am a little concerned about the tightness. It is tight. As long as that doesn't move and vibrate a lot, it'll probably be fine. But if it's rubbing, I could have a problem with that particular connection. So we're almost ready to hook power up. Kind of have to have the wings on so that the CAN bus. So I got to work on the switches finally, finishing that work up. So The leads are run on the right-hand console side. I just need to put the pins in and set that 9-pin connector up, and then finish up on the left-hand side. And then those are ready to drop into the aircraft, plug into the existing wiring harness, and I have to say I'm very, very pleased with how this is turning out. We've got to put that grounding block. We've got to mount the grounding block in the Garmin GPS 20 in. But very close to putting everything back together inside here, and be interesting. I might take a wait once I get everything set in here, just minus the engine, and see what we've got. So I'm going to call that a pretty good weekend of work. Certainly, visibly, there's a lot done on the plane now, so pretty excited to flip the power switch on, and hopefully that'll come next week. BD5 Pilot's out for now. Everyone have a great week. Don't forget to hit that like button, please.